Right, they did not. No indication they have done anything wrong. Kevin Corke live for us in D.C. Kevin, thank you. Let's bring in Washington Examiner political and investigative reporter Sarah Bedford, along with GOP strategist and attorney Mehek Cook. Ladies, thank you for coming on. We appreciate it. Mehek, you're the attorney on the panel here, so I want to go to you first and put some of these names up there. Kevin mentioned a few. There are a lot more. Here's some of the prominent names: Bill Clinton, Michael Jackson, Prince Andrew, David Copperfield, the magician Alan Dershowitz, Stephen Hawking, Al Gore, Bill Richardson, George Lucas, Naomi Campbell, and Kevin Spacey. And again, we reiterate, there is no indication they did anything wrong, facing no charges at all. The question to you, Mehek, is could they? I mean, could this come back to maybe stir up new allegations, new, people taking a look closer at these documents? What are your thoughts on this?
I think that this could absolutely stir up additional allegations. The fact that there's a release, now the next couple steps are going to be what additional evidence is there against the individuals that are named. Like you have said and stressed, there is no crime right now, that these are all allegations against individuals. But is there a crime, and then is there going to be accountability if there is a crime against these politicians and celebrities? And all we know right now is that there is some connection to Epstein, but what degree did these individuals either commit a crime? How many times did they visit? And did they know about the underage boys and girls that were on that island and in his home?
Yeah, and that's right. And that's the whole thing, is we have a lot of information that we do not have right now. One of the alleged victims, Joanna Schoberg, Sarah, said the following in her deposition. It is document 10. She said, was asked, did Jeffrey ever talk to you about Bill Clinton? The response, he said one time that Clinton likes them young, referring to girls. Again, no evidence of accusations. Clinton didn't do anything wrong. A lot of people said that he never went in for these massages, didn't do anything like that at all. I'm wondering the political fallout. What does this do politically? What do you think the ramifications of this are, Sarah?
Well, I think politically, this is very far from the first time that Bill Clinton has been accused of wrongdoing when it comes to women. So I'm not sure that his public image in the women department can take much more of a hit at this point after all these decades. But it's bad timing for his wife. Hillary Clinton had started to emerge back on the national stage. She was set to campaign for Joe Biden. This is not what the Clintons want in the headlines when Hillary Clinton was said to be becoming a top surrogate for Joe Biden back on the campaign trail, especially when he needs to have his foreign policy credentials burnished. And she was going to be the one to do that. I'm interested to see if the Biden campaign will still want her front and center, if this is going to be a slowly unfolding story focusing on Bill Clinton's history with Epstein. Yeah.
Meantime, the quarterback Aaron Rodgers made mention of Jimmy Kimmel possibly being on this list. We have seen no indication of Jimmy Kimmel's name, but he came back and he said this to the quarterback, quoting here, "Dear A. blank, for the record, I've not met, flown with, visited, or had any contact whatsoever with Epstein, nor will you find my name on any list other than the clearly phony nonsense that soft-brained wackos like yourself can't seem to distinguish from reality. Your reckless words put my family in danger. Keep it up, and we will debate the facts further in court." That's a good question to you, Mehek. Could he take this to court? Is there some liability on Aaron Rodgers' part for even, associating him with this list?
I mean, maybe, but he's not going to prevail in court. I saw the clip, and this was totally a joke in response to the way that Jimmy Kimmel has mocked Aaron Rodgers on his show. And if you watch Jimmy Kimmel's show, you know that he no longer knows what a joke is. So at the end of the day, he's not going to prevail.
Yeah, your final thoughts on this entire subject, Sarah?
Yeah, I think, trust in institutions, and particularly the Justice Department, has fallen so low among members of the public that there's not a lot of faith that anyone will be held accountable for the Epstein saga. I mean, law enforcement authorities had known about this for a decade before Jeffrey Epstein was arrested on those federal charges. So even though this is emerging now, I think faith that this is going to get taken care of or we'll see accountability is low.
Yeah, and he had sex with underage girls, and he did not account for it. He had a very softball punishment in Florida. So that goes to show you. Sarah, Mehek, thank you both. We appreciate it.